This 4-year-old's ruptured appendix led to a 14-month hospital stay. Her mom told us what that's like. She was a very happy, healthy 3-year-old when it all started, Teresa's mother Kayla Ibanez tells Health. The rupture was a result of a condition caused by an inflamed appendix. Once the appendix, most patients feel better a few weeks after surgery for appendicitis. But in Teresa's case, it all happened very suddenly, Kayla recalls. Things started to. Teresa had more emergency surgeries, and doctors eventually told Kayla that her daughter might not make it. Kayla says the memories of her daughter's health spinning out of control are still kind of a blur. Teresa was often. A post shared by Kayla Ins diagram expert at Kayla Ibanez on February 16, 2019 at 12:07 p.m. PST. But by March, the little girl was out of the woods. Her stability did. After the emergency surgery that saved her from a ruptured appendix, Teresa was moved to Cummer Children's Hospital at the University of Chicago. There have been many on top of the constant medical worries, the logistics required to get Teresa the care she needs has added a layer of stress. Our family's been split up the past 14 months, so we only really see our son on weekends, Kayla says. Everyone's had to make. Kayla's own well-being has taken a hit along the way. You don't get much. A post shared by Kayla Ins diagram expert at Kayla Ibanez on February 7, 2019 at 3:53 p.m. PST. Loneliness has also been a hardship. Kayla describes, perhaps the most frustrating aspect of this for Kayla has been the uncertainty surrounding her daughter's illness. Teresa has but for now, there seems to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Teresa might be Kayla talks about her daughter's bettering condition, saying, she can leave her bed and walk. We're trying to get. Teresa's time at home will come with its own set of challenges. She'll have to come but things are looking up in time for Teresa's 5th birthday, which will be in May. We're hopeful, Kayla says.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.